And to the Vice President of Imani Africa, Kofi Bentil Kwasi Kwarteng, MPP Communications Officer Bako, Omo abe clash with John Muhammad NDC government and FNY LGBTQ plus bill na omo pass ye no. Omo yesterday so mo help bill ni mo pa ani me wo mu a high level of insincerity and what hypocrisy. Adentro mo ka dan sem no. Me wan kire mu ma kire wa adwene e de amame. E wo comment section. I penya blocking the mess for say ni dey mu. Obe like keep video on my brother button, somebody click notification connect update, somebody share wa adwene amame e wo comment section. Oba so a not just for Sonya Biahwe. So it was yesterday. Ene ko PM e Ghana Parliament. Ye call for sitting. Now honomo no ane ko introduce the issue of LGBTQ plus, the anti-LGBTQ plus. When I say human rights and family values bill no. Ye de ko PM Ghana Parliament. Na say Parliament eji tumo. Anka Ghana fo nyan say na Parliament ya tu na ke ani jaba. Ka Ghana fo nyina will be at peace. But where the anchor ban say because bill na 2024 omu formulate are Sam George in the di animu. As Sam George ko be di ho dan say that bill no. E bia na Kenya for e be je copy e from no Sam George ho. E ma omu e ko implement ya omu ko ero. Omu anye changes bia wo mu no.
You have countries like Kenya who are in the process. In fact, the Kenyan MP George Kaluma reached out to me for a copy of the bill in Ghana.
Okay, so they can learn from it and see.
He took our bill and just changed the Ghana and put Kenya.
Finish.
Yes. And that's what is in Kenya. And that's what Kenya has passed.
Kenya has passed it.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Our law. Our bill.
Our bill. Take the Kenyan law and take Ghana's bill and see what it is.
So if others are learning from us.
And Kenya has gone ahead and is getting disbursements from the same IMF. Kenya is in an IMF program.
That bill no. Enya no one passing enra. Because 2024 dey na anyway be bebu o mu that name no. Singa ku for the sign that bill no man be ye mra akre. I say Ekema Kufuor be look so bad to the people because 2024 dey na ewo mu say obi LGBTQ plus activist ya. Eni se onya access to healthcare. Eni se of course to kwaya hwe no. There be. Ebiem so no say obi LGBTQ plus activist na ye china. Eni se onya lawyer. There be. Say ye china se other cells na oyare a. Eni se onya access to healthcare. And ebiem so say we kire mu say 2024 dey no omo kan ho say it is a punishable offense for CSOs, any media houses, any other organizations to, broadcast issue relating to LGBTQ. Sebia, gays and sebi about video be leaking near the idea coaching go fubi never media house more can once more. 204 bill, not a term say in that sense, no, it is in another way promoting LGBTQ. It was a punishable offense. And I say, oh, your doctor, oh, your surgery. Na ebia obi aba oba bia ba honomo osem yoba mbesem ye be ma ana be ya ba honomo osem be mbesem ye oba so ye that surgery no na 2004 bill it was captured in it say a punishable offense who doctor call that surgery no it is an offense but there no more pass here no o ma ye amendments o ma ye changes all these straightness ni na free mu all these harsh rules ne straight rules ne wo mu no o ma ni na free mu amen no afenya make say na say mo no bu ya say be ye de ne ya jimi ana say de bill na mo Sam job ni bre say ye passing there mo de niam den bi a say ke pass ya e be ma ya government be look bad to the people no mo di shemu but mo pencil there makoyi ni nyina free mu ana we pass na ye ntia ntia no the parliament has one mo no afenya make enu mu edegen gam so pa na eno ana nkomo no akwa anwa ya kodu Kofi Bentil akodu nanim Oni Kwasi Kwarteng say there be. Ade aban na ye ne de. Eye hypocrisy pa, hypocrisy was ade na bill baako. De ori ko tu obi anim say on sign no. Emra na ewo ma na ehye no. Eduru wo so de wo na wo ya bill na no. Wo aye nsachira ya afiri mu atetemra no say na o pa kire abanda that says you are trying to sabotage the then government and I said the government abege kana adwene.
So see, look, when these arguments started, and by the way, the arguments about LGBT, I remember back in President Atamel's time, it came up, and I remember myself and my sister Nana Bampoado, Nana Oye, okay, we were advocating in a certain line, and I remember the kind of blowback we got. That hey, why are we protecting that? I kept quiet about that. Now, I'm taking it from there because the issues are not new. Now, the old law, okay, a couple of things that must be clear. One. This new bill, this new law is not the old one. In other words, the one they took to Nanado to sign is not the one they are taking to President Mahama to sign. Okay, and the question is this: why are they not taking the same law to President Mahama to sign? Because of some of the things that were said in the previous law. The previous law was bad, very, very bad. And let me explain why it is so bad. It was so wide, and indeed this one too, in a sense, is said that anything you do, if you are a doctor and you treat an HIV person who turns out to be LGBT, you could have been arrested and put in jail. It was really bad for many, many, many reasons. Apart from the fact that nobody has any business trying to determine what people do in their bedrooms, as long as they don't come out and put it in our faces. And that's the problem we have with some of these people who try to, live their lifestyles in our face. That's what we don't want. But in terms of that, our existing laws on public decency, we have laws on public decency. You can't strip naked in the street, and you can't do certain things in the street. Okay, in fact, the police have stretched it, beyond a certain point. I hear they arrest people who are sitting in their cars and that kind of thing. Yeah. It's the use of some of those laws, all right, even though sometimes I think it's abused. Those laws are enough to take care of some of these things. Now, this new law has been watered down by taking out all of these things that you have, some of these things that you've spoken about. In effect, it has made nonsense of the whole law.
So it made nonsense that this law is not efficient enough. It's not efficient enough to address this.
Let me tell you what, it does not address the LGBT, containment issue at all. What it only does is gives people an excuse to attack LGBT people or people they believe are aiding or abetting LGBT people. The nature of the law is that, you see, law is about interpretation. The nature of this law is that it can be interpreted by the person who hates you, okay, against you, and used against you. So let me give you an example. If they say one of the things you put up there was that something about education.
Yes, 1 moment.
Put it back. I'll show you how it can be interpreted both ways.
Yes. So this is so adoption foster restrictions involving children and media, and under which category?
You say, so look at encourage interest in prohibited acts. Listen, if you say encouraging interests in prohibited acts is a crime, what if the person is teaching people the things that LGBT people do, which they must watch out, avoid, and not do? That is encouraging interest. You are encouraging interest in things that are prohibited. Okay? So there's an intention clause there. Okay?
Yes.
But here, if you find somebody educating children that this is what these people do, when a man says this and that, you are encouraging interest in LGBT actions with the intention that you are trying to prevent the children from going. You can be arrested. And if you don't get a good adjudication, it will be interpreted against you that encouraging interest. If you are treating somebody and you are now, basically educating them about certain aspects of whatever. My point is that the nature of this law, if you read it, it can be interpreted this way or that way.
Right.
So it just gives power to people who want to hurt other people, okay, to go ahead and do so. I personally think that we should be careful how we proceed in these things, okay? But there's a political issue and then there's a substantive issue. The political issue is that the NDC has shown serious insincerity and hypocrisy in this matter by sending a bill to Nanado that they themselves are not willing to send to their president. And that is proof enough, and Nanado is vindicated for not signing it. If they are sincere, if they are not hypocrites, if they want that bill that some George and Co jumped on rooftops to scream and shout about, upon which they won some of the votes in the last election, they should send the same bill to President Mahama. They can't, they won't, they shouldn't. And I support that they shouldn't. But in doing that, they should even scrap this whole thing altogether. If somebody gives you water and says, drink, Alfred, and then for some reason, that person has to drink the same water and they refuse to drink it, then you know it's poison. Okay. So it was wrong in the first place and they knew it. Shame on them.
You see, let me state.
I don't understand.
You say you don't understand. Don't worry.
Kofi Bentil's concerns.
I mean, it's a panel.
Well, you share Kofi Bentil's.
I share with you.
Well, I'm here, so let me see.
I'm helping you to understand.
Well,
okay. First of all, we want to put on record that nobody is doing partisanship or propaganda with this issue. What is happening is that the NDC have passed a dishonest version of the bill for its propaganda value. And it is a principle behind that. That is what we are exposing and discussing. You see, principles are not seasonal. Prof. Jampo pretended as though he didn't understand what Kofi said. I'm going to help you understand. This is what you did, and I'm going to demonstrate for you. Respectfully.
If you invite me, then I'll come in. So you can make your point.
Very well. But respectfully, I'm going to demonstrate to viewers, including Professor Zampo, to see. This is what the NDC did. Alfred, they poured water in a glass cup for us to drink, right? Wanted to force the water through our throat. And we said the water contained impurities and poison. We will not take it. These people never agreed to it. Only for them to make a U-turn, this time around, go and pour the content of the water away and then fill the glass with the fresh water. Pure water. And now they are drinking. And they want us to clap for them. That is what has happened. You see, Prof, respectfully. You see, the old or the original bill was designed to set Ronaldo up and make him look bad. Alfred, you see, when we are in every constitutional democracy, laws are not enacted for mere symbolism or for the propaganda value. What laws are enacted for are to solve real societal problems and not necessarily for political messaging.
Yes.
What these people have succeeded in doing is to, indirectly make the MPP look bad so that Ghanaians will say that, oh, they came to sign the bill. Of course, with the whole idea of pleasing the religious community and of course get the political capital from it.
What do you mean?
But you see, I'm going to explain to you. Laws are enacted to address identifiable social problems and cure specific social mischiefs. If you look at what has happened, what the NDC has done, this law particularly does not really solve any problem.
It doesn't solve any problem.
No, it doesn't really solve any problem. You see, if the mischief that they intended to cure was all about the act, banning the act, then Section 104 of our Act 29 already takes care of it. But you see, they went beyond that during their advocacy. They told us that this law was going to deal on advocacy, deal about promotion, deal about funding, organizational support, public campaigning. They spoke about all those things. And then forced that law on Akufo-Addo to sign. But look at the U-turn that they've made. The significant shift that they've made. Now, if you look at this law, they've made critical exemptions for certain categories of people. If you can go into the act, they've made exemptions for certain categories of people. Now, they are saying that if we're a professional, if we're a lawyer, if we're a lecturer, if we're a doctor, if we're a CSO, if we belong to the international community and certain institutions, you may advocate under the umbrella of your professionalism, and that will not be illegal.
Lawyers, journalists, doctors.
Nobody has a problem with that. But you see, anytime you are discussing this, you have to put it in context. You have to juxtapose this very law with the old one. In the old one, what was the dictate of the old one? In the old one, it had clearly spelled out different orientation and connotation. But you have watered down the impact, and then you would want President Mahama to sign.
No, if you say you've watered down the impact, exactly what I just want to know. Hold on. I want to identify the watered down impact you're talking about.
Yes, let me allow me. What I'm saying is, I see laws are enacted to address identifiable problems, right? Like I indicated, they are not made just for the propaganda value or just for the symbolism of it. And so at every point, you look at what the mischief that the law intends to cure. In this case, what mischief that is intended to cure. Other than that, there are a lot of laws that we've passed that are really not solving any problems. I give you an example, sanitation laws. I give you another example, even an aspect of the road safety laws. You may go into this anti-vigilantism law, Galamsey law. They are all laws that have been passed. But you look at its effectiveness and whether or not they are curing the mischief to which it was intended to solve. At the end of the Prof, you are disturbing me. You realize that these laws are really not solving any problem. And I'm saying that if you look at this particular law in discussion, it had two main motives. The motive was not only to criminalize the act per se, but also there was also an aspect of the advocacy. The advocacy in respect of promotion, in respect of campaigning, in respect of funding and what have you. Because these are the real problems that the earlier laws seek to address. That law was laced with so much hatred that no president could have signed it. And I'm saying that this was the law that Professor Jampo and Co., when their party was in opposition, forced through our throat and said Akufo-Addo should sign. Today, they have made changes to that law. And I pointed you to some of the changes that they've made. The significant changes, they made exemptions for certain categories of people. I spoke about the professionalism.
Which is here.
In terms of even the liability, the punishment when somebody is held culpable, they've also narrowed the impact of their liability. Some of them, they've reduced as low as to misdemeanor. In terms of the mandatory reporting, initially the previous law, if you are, for instance, a professional, you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, you are for lack, I mean, they hid under the umbrella of confidentiality today, that based on the confidentiality, you are unable to disclose. But the previous law, the old law, you were required to come and make a mandatory disclosure when an LGBT person walks to you. They were forcing Akufo-Addo to sign that law, which obviously breached the principles of confidentiality. At that time, they didn't have a problem with it. Today, they've changed that. They've also amended that. And so, what am I saying? The point I'm trying to make is that it's not really about whether or not a law has been passed, but it has more to do with, one, the effectiveness of the law and the consistency. Most of the provisions has been changed. And we want to let Ghanaians know that we are not against the anti-LGBT blah blah or the law per se. But what we are saying is that principles are not seasonal. Earlier, what was put in the law, the provisions of the law couldn't have been signed by Akufo-Addo. And if indeed they had intended to sign the same law, they would have just pushed the same document to President Mahama to sign. But they have watered down the impact by removing certain provisions. And
I'm still staying on that part, that if the details in that previous bill, which was presented to former President Akufo-Addo, which he didn't sign because of how used to put it, how hatred it was laced with. And those same concerns have now been addressed with the amendments and those elements taken out. What's the problem?
The problem is the principles. If you knew it was wrong, Alfred, listen, if you knew this water was wrong, why did you give it to your brother to drink it? The problem is a principle. You knew that the water was laced with poison, but you were forcing it on Akufo-Addo's throat, and you weaponized it. Kofi, that is a problem. In 2024, it was weaponized against Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. They are against anti-LGBT. They want to promote LGBT, and Akufo-Addo and Co, they are friends to LGBT. I saw pictures where they designed Akufo-Addo and Bawumia in LGBT colors, and they said that they were against, and they are promoting it, and they are afraid of the international community. Today, you are now giving a hallowed immunity to the international community that they can do their advocacy. You have given a hallowed immunity to the CSOs that they can do their advocacy. Why is it that in the previous bill, when it was passed in Parliament, were you in Parliament? Why is it that when we made every effort to amend it, you remember that time it was 137. They kicked against every effort in amending any of the provisions. They badmouth everybody, walk out of Parliament on many occasions. And they were forcing this same law on Akufo-Addo to sign. What has changed? Today, you have reduced the impact of the law. So for me, if you look at what has been passed today, it's almost like an empty law because it literally achieves nothing. Remember the premise of my argument, that law at every point is supposed to address a social problem. They should point out the social problem that this law is supposed to solve, aside the fact that it's only giving a propaganda value and showing a symbol that, well, the NDC has passed it. What have they passed? They've passed what? Because right now, exemptions are given to this, because I'm not sure you will stand here on any day and promote LGBT. It takes these same international organizations who may come in an indirect way to promote it. But right now, they've given exemptions to those international organizations. Why? Because they don't want to have problems with their international donors and their partners.
When I say Kofi Bentil Kwasi Kwarteng, I can find the anti-LGBTQ plus bill, and I said the Human Rights and Family Values Bill na NRA Ghana Parliament. A pass here, so now there have been about 30 plus amendments in it. No, we didn't smoke Kofi Bentil a worker. And if I once wondering, and say, should we comment that show on my F. Mommy? I PENYAH Media. Accra.